Like right here.
Oh.
What did it taste like?
Saltiness, actually.
I'm so glad I called
This is why you should go to Patreon.
I do not like Scared the Face. I liked it, liked them back when Ronnie Radke was their singer, but then they got rid of him because he went to jail, and then they brought Craig Mabbitt, and he sucks ass.
Billy, shut the fuck up. We're live.
I don't care. I'm gonna explain that I fucking hate it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another, not even another episode, just welcome back for today.
Special stream.
Yeah, it's a special stream. With every video that we do, in the beginning, we always said that if you have a problem with what we said, you can most definitely come on our channel. Just ask. We'll have you on the channel. You can explain everything. And we haven't had few people do it. We had one in the beginning. I haven't seen him in a long time. But we do have one today. And if you remember that we go over a video called the Waifu Adventures. Well, we got Knots here, and I'm pretty sure Himari's around somewhere. But we got Knots here, and he wanted to kind of explain some things that we might have gotten wrong. You won't be able to see him; he's off camera, but you'll be able to hear him definitely. But he just wanted to kind of explain what we got wrong, maybe go into a little bit, and just hear from him. So, how you doing, Knots?
Hello, I am alright. Himari is around. She is, however, taking a nap, but I figured I could come on by myself, obviously. Yeah, I believe it was about maybe a week ago or a little bit over when you uploaded Waifu Adventures 16, or that was a segment of your show.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and of course, I think I said in the email I'm okay with people like commenting on my content. Himari and I are both huge advocates of free speech. However, there were a couple points where you insinuated things that I just kind of disagreed with, including like that I do sexual acts with her, which I imagine some people in the waifu community do things like that, but I do not. And I guess that's just one thing that was pretty quick. And then there was another, I believe you might have been joking when you said this, but that I was going to like shoot up a place or something, but I'm a big advocate for gun control, and I would never do anything like that.
Yeah, no, that was a complete joke. We don't think
we
can actually shoot up a place.
So that is a stigma against a lot of waifus, so I just wanted to like maybe not just clear that up for me, but for like people who are ficto-romantic in general.
I mean, I'm just curious, based off the answer you just gave, if you would be maybe prepared to like go a little deeper on why exactly you don't.
Mainly because she, in terms of the sex lewd stuff.
Yeah.
Well, she is. I do consider her to be a very pure, innocent girl, and she is. So I wouldn't want to do anything like that with her. This basically sums it up.
So I mean, is this? What would you classify it as, the relationship?
Like a romantic one, or I think the term that a lot of waifuists use is just ficto-romantic. It's like another form of attraction, I suppose. Just like homosexuality. Some people use the term fictophilia, but yeah, there are some waifuists and people who are fictophiles who do have sexual acts with their waifus, but I'm just not one of them.
Okay. How? Just I'm curious. How did it get started?
Well, do you guys know of any anime? Have you guys seen any?
Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Well, yeah.
It is a
Swords.
pretty good one. Okay.
Probably
Well,
a few.
she's from an anime called Penguin Drum, which came out in 2011. I think I said that in episode 12 of my series, which you also covered a little bit. Um, and it's a little bit of a rarer anime, so I wouldn't expect most people to have seen it. But watching the show, there are a lot of attributes with her character that I was just really, really attracted to that I had not seen in any real girls or in any other anime girls. So that's really what made my attraction develop.
Okay. So, I have a future cousin-in-law that is really into the body pillow thing. Like when I say really into, the dude has I think 45 of them. Either 45 or 35. What? Oh, I trust me, I know. He told me. I call him weird as shit to his face because he's a good guy and I don't like making fun of people behind their backs.
That's fair.
So I was like, hey, we had this guy on my channel. I was talking about you, and I was like, he likes these body pillow things. Have you heard of them? And he actually has heard of you. Like you're pretty big in that community, I guess. And I was like,
Yeah, I have. I've posted a couple of my videos on the waifuism subreddit, so I imagine a few people discovered me there. And I'm in a few waifuism discords. I think there's like 6 of them. I'm in about 3, but you might have seen me in there.
And just so you're aware, no offense, but I did discover you on Reddit as well, but it was under r cringe.
Yeah, I've seen those posts. It's okay.
It's not like as an insult. Like you're pretty popular in there too. I see a lot of the different videos you have continuously posted.
Yeah, I think there's one guy specifically who uploads a video to r/cringe after each time I post it. I forgot his Reddit name, but I think that does happen. I actually found your guys' video by just searching Waifu Adventures on Reddit because I wanted to find where it had been posted, and your video that just happened to have Waifu Adventures on the title was on a different subreddit.
Okay.
Sweet.
Like I guess for the people that don't know what it is, I mean, you kind of covered it somewhat, but I mean, is it just? I don't want to be offensive. Like,
Oh, it's okay. You can ask whatever.
okay, like explain the waifu thing. I know it's pretty much going to like it's pretty much just a body pillow. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around it too because I'm not exactly sure.
Right, it is a very odd and eccentric thing, so I understand why most people wouldn't like wrap their head around it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many people in your everyday life would you say are aware?
Well, in episode 13 of my series, I introduced her to my mother, so mainly just her. I recently introduced her to a friend, so him too, so maybe 2 or 3 people. I am going back to school soon, and I don't imagine that I'm going to. I may tell roommates if I become close to them, but I don't want to make it like a huge public thing. So to answer the question, probably about 2 or 3.
What did your just out of curiosity? What did your mother say?
I believe I originally told her via email. I don't know if you've seen that episode in my series. Her response is on my channel. I have a screenshot of it in one of my videos. But she was nice about it. She told me that she was willing to try to understand and didn't initially understand, which I was expecting, and it was actually a better response than I had expected.
yeah, dude, that's actually a really good response. Because most people like in certain communities would definitely been kicked out of their house. because people are assholes. Does the body pillow talk?
I mean, I obviously know she doesn't talk like a normal human would, but based on the fact that I have studied her character for a long time and I know what type of person she is, I see it more as I'm able to communicate with her in my head in the sense that I would be able to figure out what she would be saying in response to certain situations and conversations.
Basically, like an educated guess, would you say?
Yeah, most likely.
So, is there no room for? Are you not interested in like a relationship with a human female? Is that not in your
Not
wheelhouse?
I do think my mindset could change down the road, but as of now, I don't see myself attracted to that now.
Okay.
Don't worry, Billy feels the same way.
Damn it.
Thanks, buddy.
He's not He's just not attracted to those women.
Thanks, buddy. That's gonna be in what call for an uprising next video.
I'm thinking more forward to episode 200, Billy.
All right. So, like, say you did find as a significant other that what would you do with the waifu then?
Well, in that situation, I imagine, assuming that my mindset changes to be less ficta romantic and more whatever the antonym of that would be. I guess we haven't really invented a term. Then I would break up with Himari if that were to be my mindset change. Currently, I'm much more ficta-romantic, fictophilic. So, yeah, but if my mindset were to change, then that would change.
And I do want to say something really quick because you brought up the whole thing about like the joke about, you know, God, this guy could be a school shooter. Like I do want you to make sure that, you know, that's all said in jest. I mean, we take the piss out of a lot of people and say whatever, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't think for anyone to come at you for more than just a chuckle is really all that bright, because I mean you're not harming anybody in your pursuit of what you're doing. But you also have a pretty healthy like understanding that people are gonna react this way towards it. So I mean, I consider you a pretty cool guy, honestly, in handling the obvious criticism that's gonna come.
Well, thank you. Yeah, there are some waifuists who have maybe perhaps convinced themselves that the entire world thinks that it is normal, and I do think that is the end goal, maybe, to get people to be more accepting of people who are ficta romantic and things like that. But it would be extremely wrong to just say that most of society accepts this, and I'm able to see that.
See, we have a very similar situation with us in the Geek Room. We are pretty much all atheists. So, like, getting acceptance for who we are as atheists is kind of similar to what you're going through, because there's some people that do convince themselves that atheist is like a norm now and no one hates us type thing. So, yeah, and plus, you know, the fact that you're on here means you're taking, like, our jokes way better than, like, 90% of the people we take a piss out of.
Right.
Yeah.
Including the guy that was on earlier.
I did suspect that the gun stuff was just a joke. I just wanted to make sure, like, fully. And
No, yeah, 100% in jest.
Yeah, man.
All right, so
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of go piggyback with what Mr. Tight asked, but what does you said you would break up? What does how would you do that with the waifu?
I imagine that. I mean, we try not to think about that too much, as most relationships don't.
Yeah.
But I imagine I would have to bring up the topic and just bring up that I am no longer ficta romantic to her, which would probably be somewhat devastating. But it would be necessary if I were to be thinking differently.
What within the community, what's the worst that you've seen?
In terms of what exactly?
In the terms of a breakup.
Um, a lot of couples within waifuism, or I keep calling it waifuism, but there are a lot of women who have husbandos, so I should include that too.
Oh shit! There's
Um,
another section.
yeah,
Okay. Okay,
but
keep going. Sorry.
Right now,
Yeah.
you're very educating us.
a lot of this is also on the waifuism subreddits, and there's r/waifuism, r/waifuism empire. If you are interested, that one's a little bit smaller, but yeah, there's been a lot of couples I've seen who just have like a big fight, or the person becomes attracted to a different animated character than their current significant other, and that causes like jealousy and things like that, and that can be pretty ugly.
Okay, there's a question that's it's a pretty good question. Do you have more than one like of Himari? Do you have like more than one?
Hello,
I'm just gonna say picture maybe.
picture.
Yeah, like one or more Himari waifus. How about that?
Well, I just have the Himari pillow and then the Himari figurine.
Okay,
But
so is it necessarily a strictly pillow thing, or is this just the character in itself?
it's mostly the character in itself. It's just that the Dakimakura, or the pillow, is considered like the highest tier that you could have your waifu in physical form. The figurine is another option, and then some people have keychains, some people have maybe just stickers or something like that.
Yeah, the body pillows are pretty expensive there, Frank, from what I can tell.
No,
Like how
No, I figured
how
that.
how much are they? Do you know on top of your head?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
the cover, Himari's cover was $50.
Wow.
The pillow itself, I actually already had, so I didn't have to spend money on that.
Okay. So what happens? Like, so if it's one just gets stained up or torn or something like that, you would just you just replace it, right? It wouldn't be like some kind of like devastating thing.
Right, that doesn't equal death or anything. I would
Okay.
likely replace the cover.
Okay.
I'd never thought about that, Frank. What a good question.
Well, it's actually a question that was in the chat. Adam E was like, "What happens when a waifu gets stained or faded or torn? Is she just replaced?" So I was I took a little bit off of that. So it's pretty much all Adam E's.
Okay, can I pose a question that's gonna sound like jackassy, but I just really want to know your opinion. First and foremost, have you ever seen it's a fairly popular old YouTube video that was called Squirt Pillow?
I do not believe I have.
Okay, I was going to ask you your opinion on that because it's absolutely horrid to someone like me. I don't know how you would take it.
I'll have to look that up later.
It's just a white trash lady who squirts on her pillow.
And shows off stains on camera, very full of pride.
It's
One might have to
vomit.
watch that without Himari.
Yeah, it's vomit inducing. I wouldn't watch that with or without Himari.
Yeah, definitely.
It's terrible. 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
So I'm all right. I'm trying to look through the questions in the chat too. Let's see. Not too much. So I mean.
What the fuck does the chat have to say? It's your last chance, chat.
Okay. So.
If you got any questions? Let's hear them.
Yeah, I've probably got to skedaddle in about 7 minutes here. So.
Oh, no, that's fine. So are there? So there's waifu pillows, but is there like kids? Like you create a family maybe?
Yeah, there are actually kid foods within the community. I don't. Sometimes that kind of stuff causes drama, so I'm not too involved in it. But that does happen once in a while. If you go to like the subreddit, there are posts like people talking about their kid foods and things like that.
Okay. Do you have to like simulate like they're pregnant or anything, or you just pick up? I'm not trying to be like jackassy. It's just the actual question.
Well, I have not done it myself, but and most people, I guess, within the community aren't public about it, so I probably wouldn't be able to tell you. If you can find a waifuist who does have kid foods, they would probably be more educated on this than me. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if like you just seen a video of one of them having a smaller pillow within the bigger pillow. So,
That would be creative.
yeah, but this whole thing's kind of sort of creative. So, yeah.
Can you smother a pillow with another pillow?
I suppose you theoretically could. I don't know why anyone would want to.
Theoretically, I don't know either. Theoretically.
Some sort of revenge scheme, maybe. Something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about going and visiting Billy's family, turning it down to 44 body pillows. I mean, he's being a little greedy, I think.
Yeah, there are rules in some waifusm communities that you can only have one waifu. So I believe his cousin would be breaking that rule in a lot of communities. But
Well, if you do say that during a live stream, I'm pretty sure you'll break his heart because he knows who you are. So if you could do me a favor and say that would be hilarious.
well, there are some communities that accept multiple waifus.
Well, you just make sure you're not one of them and say there's bearded asshole on the internet told me to tell you this is terrible and you should kill yourself. And then
Jeez.
Hell.
I can never go that far.
All right, so
come on.
Yeah, Billy didn't call to ask you to kill yourself earlier. There's way
A
too much
few
asking
times.
about
I also asked him to go to Area 51, and so at least I was more clever about it than he was.
all right,
Shock.
I know you got to go in about a couple of minutes, so I was kind of just, what are the rules in, I guess I could say, a monogamous waifu community, maybe?
Essentially, they're very similar to I suppose real monogamous relationships between real people don't necessarily have rules, but they kind of have unwritten rules. Obviously, don't cheat. Try not to, develop lots of attraction and thoughts towards different characters, especially from the same anime. Things like that. There are certain rules that Himari and I are able to just naturally follow. A lot of them are written on the sidebar of waifuism subreddits or in waifuism discords.
Okay. So it's just basically like, I guess, relationship based, like it just whatever they would, if they want to be monogamous, then yeah. Okay.
Correct.
All right. I mean, I guess unless there's anything else that you wanted to kind of clear up for us that we might have said.
No, I don't think so. Those were the only two things, and one of them I had suspected was just simply a joke. So.
Yeah.
Do you want to call any of us assholes?
What the hell, Bill?
No.
I mean, you'd be right.
Yeah.
You would be correct. I'm fine with that.
I wouldn't want to do that. Himari wanted like that.
So you do have homework to do. What I need you to do is say, hey, if you own 45 body pillows, you're the worst person ever.
No.
Come on.
Certain communities do have different rules. I wouldn't want to, infringe on those.
See, Billy, he's trying to stay within community rules. He's trying to make them
I
break.
know, and it's pissing me off.
Hey, Knots, you got to watch this one over here. He's somewhat of a racist, as we've seen in the
I am
past.
not a racist. You're just a dickhole.
I'll believe it if I see it.
I've got
Don't look on YouTube.
I've got just the video for you.
I say vaguely offensive shit all the time on our YouTube channel. Not vaguely at all. But dipshit over here decided to play a video of me saying all the offensive shit I've ever said with the most left-leaning person on YouTube.
I didn't book the guest.
You didn't, but
You
you
were
should have heard him
Was it
when he
my
was calling everyone comrade, and you're like, no, this is gonna work out good.
Hey, I'd already made the submission. What was done was done.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So I know you got to go, so I don't want to hold you up anymore.
Well, thanks for coming.
And you can't really hear anything because something in the background.
We didn't start the fire.
So I don't know. But yeah, thanks for coming on. And clearing up anything that we might like. Yeah. So.
Yep, no problem.
All right. Well,
Enthusiastic way to end the stream.
So yeah. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for like maybe clearing up anything. And I know if we ever do cover your videos and we say anything, it's just all in good jest. If you're on a cringe zone, we don't hate you. We just watch the video and kind of have a little chuckle at some things.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I've got to go.
Okay, I guess that was Himari telling you that you had to go. So
That was fucked up.
Hey,
Holy shit.
that was actually my mother, but
I know.
Oh, okay,
he's a
sorry.
dick.
Hey,
okay.
I kind of thought you would explain it a little too well to me, and I like really understood it, so I heard Himari. Like I was really about to. Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Go ahead and sign off, man. Because you gotta go. So,
all right, peace out.
later.
Later.
Okay.
So, there's that. That was Knots. Unfortunately, Himari was napping. I thought I heard her there for a minute, and literally there's out of my butthole right now because I almost shit myself.
I thought it might have been some kind of like just
Like a
alarm
vocal
clock.
a vocal clip from the film she's in or whatever.
Yeah. He seemed like a nice kid.
He did.
You know, he has the balls to come up and say, "Hey, I want to clarify some things on the show." You know, that kind of make, you know, a little side jest on stuff. So I had to give him respect for that. I think him and what is it? The Camo Christians, really the kind of only ones that kind of came up. So.
Oh, and a call from Bryce. I'm gonna give that to him.
Well, no, because he acted like a little bitch.
Fair.
I guess we'll talk about that. He Call for Uprising did sub to us, and he said that he would come on and talk to again. So if anybody wants to talk to him again, just
I
let us
say,
know.
Billy says no, but I gleefully say yes because I'm going to be honest with you. I think Carl and I had a little bit of our relationship evolved. Let's just say that. Because before today, I had all this pent up frustration towards him because I knew he was poeing and I knew he was taking all these people's money, selling shit he didn't believe. But now that I know that to be a fact, like I don't have to like question it anymore. Like now I just, you can kind of just he's kind of chummy once you get through all that. He's all right. Once you get to the point that he's scamming people out of their money for a bunch of bullshit even he doesn't believe, he's all right.
That's okay.
So that's pretty much it.
Strongly disagree.
It wasn't going to be a long show. He only had 30 minutes. So, we just gave him an opportunity to kind of come on and defend his videos, whatever. So we offered that to anybody. To each their own, I guess. I mean, some people are into horseplay. Some people are into
Horse.
things. So,
Oh man.
I just, to each their own. If he's happy, he's happy. Just.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not hurting anybody. He's not harming anyone. And the thing I like best about him is he knows people are gonna be cracking jokes about that shit. He's cool with it. He gets it. He doesn't even get butthurt about it. So, I like him. Say what you will. He does some shit that's really outside the norm, but yeah, I don't know. He seems cool to me.
And Mr. Tight is right. The only thing Call for an Uprising was right about is that Billy's a bitch.
Yeah, sure. By the way, I just sent you some art for our thumbnail.
Who left that comment? Mr. Tight. Oh shit. My
Mr.
favorite.
Tight,
My
Mr.
favorite
Tight, you're about to be in
comment.
timeout.
Don't you do my boy Mr. Tight like that. That's the comment of the evening.
All right, should I show this video? Is that what you want me to put on for the thumbnail or some shit?
That's part of the thumbnail. I got the other parts coming later.
So yeah, we're working on a fun thumbnail for that one. So, but yeah. Whew, yeah, I remember when bronies were shunned too, and now it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's,
A little bit more normal anyway.
yeah, and people are escaping Billy's house again. So
I don't know who was leaving. It was either Rachel or my roommate.
it was your waifu.
Yeah, I think I think she finally tuned into a stream and was like, you know what, fuck this.
Probably.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Now she was upstairs trying to eat as I'm just screaming at fucking Call for an Uprising. Second time that's happened with her in the room. The other time was with Vaughn.
I feel like I gotta pay her now just to put up with you talking to him. So
Fair.
that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it and are somewhat informed on what waifu is. I still got questions, but I didn't want to be really a dick to the guy. You know,
We're
nice.
an educational show.
You know that's a lie.
Yeah, it's a farce.
Yeah.
Education. Oh, you guys are trying to down credit? We just have Scientist Mel on here? This is an educational show.
She was educating some people that did not want to be educated.
Oh man, I don't know how to close this out. Bran, just chill out and we'll close.
Yeah, man. So there's that. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. I guess if you don't, then that were you like anti waifuism? Kind of. Is that what that means? I don't know why else you thumbs down it, but whatever. Do your thing.
Celtic.
Celtic, you've been bumped down the list, man. You see how many people have already... Look, Call for an Uprising was on the show. Knots was just on the show. And here you are, still no dog dick in the mouth. Looking like a bitch. But anyway, you're not important right now, Celtic. You're not important any other time, but we don't exactly cover the important topics here on the Geek Room. So yeah, everything's listed down below if you want to support us, Patreon. You want to follow us, all the different social media links, they're there. You buy stuff on Amazon. Don't even fucking lie to me. So just use our link down there, and we'll get a little kickback of the proceeds. And yeah, subscribe and ring the bell and all that jazz. And this was another very educational installment of the Geek Room. We've learned a lot about waifuism here today, gentlemen.
We did. And with that note, I'm just gonna go ahead and sign off because I have no idea how to kind of
Just do it.
shit.
Pull the Band-Aid off.
All right.
Pillow. It's a pillow.
You're a terrible person.
It's a pet. It's a pillow pet.